They say Britain is a melting pot of culture. Each ingredient could represent a different way of life. But what if they don't mix together, and instead the ingredients just sit there, waiting to be cooked? Are we really multicultural, or do we just coexist? I'm Stephanie, I'm 17 and grew up in Newham, where white people make up the lowest percentage of the population in the UK. This is Jennifer and Marianne. Why don't we have any white friends?
Our opportunity to mix with other people is very low.
You can easily identify like the black squad, the Asian squad, the white squad. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's what I'm saying.
Do you guys think that we live in a multicultural society?
Definitely. But we're very separated. Obviously, London is probably the most diverse, one of the most diverse cities in the world. But within London, we're not really integrated yet.
Because our school's like 90% black, do you think there's maybe like a tribal mentality between different ethnic groups?
If like you've grown up around people that don't necessarily look like you, then you're more willing to integrate. Whereas like for you, if like your school's predominantly black, you're gonna be like uncomfortable like going outside your race maybe. But I think it's something that can definitely change. It just depends on how you've been brought up.
The moment I looked around at my friendship circle and realised that not a single person was white was when I began to question whether multiculturalism is just a code word for segregation. I'm going to London's least diverse borough, Havering, where 85% of the people here are white. It's the total opposite of where I grew up.
When it's spring again, I'll bring again tulips from Amsterdam.
Funnily enough, I looked at the picture of the choir the other day, and my first thought was, we are incredibly white. But there's a reason for that, which I hope you'll take on board.
So do you think that Britain is a multicultural society?
Yes, I do, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Because there are lots of people from other countries who've come to live here, in amongst us, where we've lived here forever.
I've never really seen colour as such. I feel I'm a multicultural sort of person because I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see.
I think what's happened to Upminster, and the reason why it's not more multicultural, is economic rather than attitudes. There isn't any cheap housing in the area to attract people out to Upminster.
That sort of makes sense because Newham is like a poor area, and so maybe that's why there's so many, I guess, like ethnic minorities, because we tend to be quite, have like lower paid jobs. So how many of your own friends are from different ethnic groups?
I wouldn't say I have any particular friends who are from other countries.
I met Anjana Rahija from the Cultural Intelligence Hub to find out more.
I would like to think that multiculturalism exists, but actually I don't think it does. The minute you walk into a room, what's the first thing that people see? It's the colour of your skin. So that barrier comes up first.
People claim to be colourblind, but do you think that's truly possible?
It's impossible to be colourblind. There's this thing called unconscious bias. So you will go to people that have the same sort of morals as you or the same issues as you. Segregation bad, integration good, assimilation bad. It's that middle ground of being yourself and being an individual, and all those bits that make you is what should be celebrated.
Often, Londoners form into groups, perhaps because of where they grew up and who they're around. This was the category I fitted into. But at the same time, our city allows for diverse and thriving friendship groups. One thing's for sure, as Britain becomes more diverse, we need to reflect on our own friendship groups. We shouldn't be afraid to learn from other cultures and to celebrate our own.